This is OPPO, by the way. So
OPPO, okay.
OPPO, baka naman. So guys, nandito tayo with Tita Mika and we're taking a break. I took a break, tapos kinakawayan niya ako habang nagpa-vlog ako, so might as well. Pero si Tita Mika is international na levels na, guys. Singapore rate na. Pero ito, pinag-uusapan namin off camera or while wala, hindi pa naka-on yung camera. Pero let's talk about how did you break into the industry?
So, ang funny, di ba? Kasi everybody asks, so how did you get into esports na sobrang layo pa ng previous line of work ko? I used to be in theater. I was a ballet dancer.
She was a ballerina.
And I worked in film. So parang, how did you get
And she was a cosplayer.
And a cosplayer. So, nung hindi pa cosplay yung tawag,
hindi pa cosplay.
Unang panahon. Pero, it was just an audition. At that time, TV5 was looking for hosts. And a friend of mine said, shout out kay Tito Jason, a friend of mine said, uy, bakit pwede ka dito? Why don't you give it a try? And I tried it. May binasa pa akong script. I didn't know what I was saying. Like, I didn't know what I was saying with that script. Tapos, parang, so when they gave me that script, I didn't really know what the script was about. I didn't know what I was saying. Pinaparot ko lang yung mga nandyan. But I got a call back for some reason, and it really just started from there. Hindi na tumigil.
Pero were you actively engaged playing sports games or games in general?
At the time, I was just playing Overwatch and I thought that was enough. Hindi pala. I didn't know League of Legends, I didn't know Dota, I didn't know, I picked up Mobile Legends because of it. I didn't know anything. I just played Overwatch. I played, once upon a time I played Counter-Strike, pero yung parang, you know, trying out the game and everything, I was not prepared for how intense this industry would be.
Ano yung mga first few hurdles nung nag-start ka?
I think, knowing that because when I auditioned, halos lahat ng mga kasabay ko, sobrang well-versed na sa esports. As in, they already had a few years, a few decades in the industry. So I had to catch up to all of them. So I had to catch up with my knowledge. I didn't know any of the teams. I wasn't familiar with any of the pro players. And that's what's important in esports. More than actually knowing the game, you have to know the storylines that are already ongoing.
Is it lore or even the team drama or the team rivalries?
Everything. All of the team rivalries and everything. Pretty much like sports. So, you know, the commentators might not play basketball, but they have to know the storylines behind the game. So, if you were to ask me, oh, who's the hottest team in Valorant right now? Alam ko yan. And I would know their story also. Okay, I would tell you, okay, Fnatic right now, I would say it's the biggest team in the world. So, it was that, just catching up to all of this history that happened. So, I think that's the biggest misconception na akala kasi ng mga tao, when you get into esports, oh, so dapat sobrang taas ng level mo. You have to know the game. You do have to know the game. You do have to know the game to a higher extent, but you also have to know the players and the stories behind it, the whole lore behind it.
Tapos, tell us about your first experience as when you, kasi local, tapos, ayun na, international na po si Tita Mika. So, how was the feeling going international?
Yeah. So at first, I was intimidated, of course, kasi it was my first international, I guess, big international event was Wild Rift Icons, which is the global championship for Wild Rift. That's when they flew us to Singapore, and I was alongside talent from, like, you know, North America, Europe, and everybody. It was Riot's global team, like the global team that works on Worlds, that works on Championships.
ewan ko, kasi you've been doing hosting a long time, pero what was the most embarrassing thing that you know? And kung makikita ko sa online yun, I will post it here in person here.
I can send you the link, actually. I can send you the link. I think nandyan pa, I think it's online. But when very, very early years, na wala pa akong alam, I think my very first reports were like, so siguro Casus would say, okay, let's throw it to Mika for some inside stuff on the teams. Tapos ako, wala akong alam. Hello, this is Team A. This is Team B. Back to you. Ano, wala akong alam. So, that was what I also had an interviewee walk away from me.
Seryoso?
Yeah.
Ito, Mobile Legends?
Oh, sikat na player sikat na player. He's a very popular, daming fans, the player, and he was very camera shy. So as I was asking him a question, gumanon siya. This is Riot Timmy, by the way. Hello, Riot Timmy. This is a vlog. This is Fanboy Radio. Nice to meet you. This is
Riot.
There's Riot. Yes, this is Riot.
Walk out.
So nag-walk out yung player. I also had instances wherein mali yung sinabi ko or I tossed to the wrong person. Parang I would say, oh, okay, overdue. Keme and Keme. Tapos hindi pala sila.
So what do you do pag gano'n?
Just have to keep it rolling kasi it's live So it's pretty much like a show. You just have to brush it off and you just have to move on. Kasi wala nang oras Tapos parang if you go back to it, mas magiging obvious pa.
Sabagay.
You just have to keep it, you just have to keep going on. Thankfully, I have not had any big blunders yet. I think that's also because I'm a lot older. So lahat ng mga mistakes, ginawa ko na nung wala pang social media.
It's true. Even me. So hindi nyo makikita yung majority ng mga kalokohan namin. It's there, but you're gonna have a hard time finding it.
Yes. Hindi pa uso ng social media. So, I'm thankful.
Okay, so last few questions. Kasi busy si Mika, pero what is your advice to kids, teenagers, young adults who want to start casting?
Get a job. Get a job. Ang dami kong nakilala na think that like, oh, okay, I'm gonna start in esports, there's big money in it, so I'm just gonna, throw everything into it, tapos sisikat ako and everything. Okay, that might happen for a very, very few number of people. But people underestimate how sustainable this industry is. Hindi pa siya sa level na it can really grant financial security and stability yet. So if you are going to jump into esports and suddenly quit your job, I would not recommend that at all. It would be much better if you guys actually have a stable source of income and then do esports on the side, because it's a very, very harsh and unforgiving industry at the moment. So it's gonna be very, very tricky if you don't have something to sustain you. Unless you have a rich family, I think you're good. But yeah.
Skill-wise, anong kailangan nila?
I think one thing that is missing with a lot of casters, I think, is we need to just be open to different kinds of styles. I think because a lot of casters these days, or a lot of people like hosts or streamers, they go basically from the bedroom to the stage. There's no in between. So I think actually anything you can do to absorb more information, like if there are workshops for like working on your voice, if there are workshops for knowing how to present, public speaking, I think those would be so helpful, not just in esports, but to make you a viable asset to other companies and other brands. Because all of these soft skills, all of these transferable skills are the things that I think a lot of esports professionals are having trouble with right now. It's becoming too specialized that hindi na sila naki-carry over to other industries. So I would say, yeah, get skills that you can bring with you any industry you get into.
Public speaking, by the way, is free. There's a lot of online courses.
Yes!
There's a lot of PDFs.
Ang saswerte ngayon ng mga tao because everything is online. You can learn so much. There's so much resources and material that you can do to actually world, diba? Ka-group chat ko yung mga best in the world, diba? I can say that. There's so much transfer of information that you can bring back home also. But I think it's like, you know, you have like a pond, diba? And you would say like maybe big fish and small pond kind of like metaphor. But when you go into the ocean, you're still swimming. So you still payod pa rin. It's the same thing. It does not get easier. It only gets harder. So whatever skills that you've built in the small pond, you still have to carry over into a bigger pond internationally. It's still the same. The grind is still exactly the same. The hustle is still the same. That's why it's like this. So I was like saying, diba? Parang I get into the mentality always of like, okay, yes, Tita Mika gets these international gigs, but I also accept local gigs still. Diba?
That's a topic.
I also accept local gigs also, but it's like you should never be too big, quote unquote, for any stage. Diba? Any stage. This could be a stage right here. Diba? This main stage could be like, I don't know, Worlds or something. But you should always treat it the same. It's the same kind of performance. Whether or not it's like it's a smaller stage or a big stage, a global stage, your effort should still be the same. You should still have the same mentality and professionalism.
Just training ground pa rin kahit small.
Yes! Every experience still teaches you something.
Alright, so where can they catch you?
Yeah, oh my gosh. Ito yan.
Your rackets.
Ito yung, this is a skill I need to build. Sobrang hina ko dito in social media because Tita Mika does not really know how to do social media, but my social media handles are at MikaFabs, that is at MikaFabs on all social channels. That's as much I can give you kasi mahina din ako mag-post and stuff. And I guess if you watch VCT, which is the Valorant Champions Tour, you can catch me there in the Philippine broadcast. Ay, ito pala yung logo.
Salamat, Brian.
Yes, ito pala yung logo. So you can catch me there and in all of the related tournaments.
Ayan, so thank you guys. Follow Tita Mika.
Thank you.
And yun, I hope marami
Follow Fanboy SEO. OG to, man. OG.
Thank you guys. And like and follow and subscribe, not just to me, but to Tita Mika also. And say hi to her when you bump into her here in ESGS.
I'm not scary.
She's not.
Resting bitch face lang. Can I say bitch?
Yes, you can.
Resting bitch face lang ako. Pero I'm not scary.
Okay, thank you guys. Bye.
Bye.